Can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live.
I want my QOTV.
I'm Caleb Basilio, and welcome to Season 5, Episode 93 of QOTV. October isn't just for Hispanic Heritage Month, it is also for LGBTQ Month as well, which we will talk more about later. But our first segment is on everyone's favorite topic, standardized testing.
It's a waste of time.
It was kind of boring.
It was kind of confusing. I think it was pretty stressful.
For almost a month, Quince Orchard High School was infiltrated with system-wide standardized testing, messing up schedules and much more, leaving students and others wondering why we're taking these tests in the first place.
You just sit down and take a test, and I wonder how useful that is for the future.
The problems, though, were bigger than the effects of the testing on the students. Some, like Olivia Dew, couldn't even take these tests required for graduation. Here's her experience.
So I wasn't on anybody's list, so I didn't know what room to go to for testing, which was kind of inconvenient, and it ended up wasting a lot of time because I didn't end up testing and they just had to schedule me for a makeup.
These tests aren't just disliked by students. Teachers and administrators alike, even going all the way up to Miss Thomas, had their problems with the testing.
I think it was very stressful. I want to acknowledge that. While we have system measures, in-house measures, we have to have something in terms of an accountability tool to show that we are holding ourselves accountable for student learning. So I understand it. I understand the impact, and I know it was stressful. I'm glad it's over, and I'm glad that for most of our students, it was participation. Actually, all of our students. I know PSAT and SAT was actually the test, but I'm hopeful that we were able to do what was expected and needed, and we can move on to eliminate as many stressors as we can.
When something like this is disliked so much from the bottom all the way to the top, you know that change needs to happen. People are hoping that this year is the last for standardized testing, and after this we can just move on. For QOTV, I'm Adam Gutkin. Back to you, Kayla.
Hope we won't be testing for a while. Thank you, Adam. You may have heard of LGBTQ, but have you heard of SAGA? Aiden and Felix take a deep dive into the SAGA Club.
October 11th was National Coming Out Day and was spotlighted here at Quince Orchard. We took this opportunity to learn more about the LGBTQ+ community and representation within our school. We sat down with Ms. Nicholson and others to get their thoughts.
SAGA Club at Quince Orchard stands for Sexuality and Gender Alliance, and our goal is to make sure that all students have a safe and welcoming space to be in the school and to work towards building inclusivity and acceptance here at Quince Orchard. We meet in the Media Center on Mondays at lunch, and you can join our Remind for more information. It's at QO SAGA 22.
Okay. What is the importance of pronouns to students?
So it's really important to address students with the correct pronouns that they prefer, because it can be really frustrating and upsetting to students who use different pronouns when people aren't respecting their pronouns. So it's just really a respect thing, that if you use people's correct pronouns, it shows that you have respect for them.
Right. Do you feel, as a leader in the community here, that the LGBTQ community is represented at QO?
I do think the community is represented well here at QO. We are so fortunate to have Mrs. Thomas as our principal. She often reaches out to me to reach out to the club so that she can have students from the LGBTQ community to also contribute and share their voice.
Great.
We also reached out to student members of the SAGA Club.
Hi, I'm Jesse Downey. I use he, him, or they, them pronouns.
All right. Do you feel that LGBTQ plus students feel like they have a voice in Montgomery County?
No, I do not feel that way. That is not a thing. I feel like they're saying they're making progress and they're doing things to make progress, but it's not progress, like actual progress. It's just like for performance. Like, look at us, we're doing so great, and then there's just like adding extra stress to people who are LGBTQ.
And what can the community do to make LGBTQ plus people and students feel included and have their voice heard?
One, just remember our pronouns. People say it's hard. It's not. It's just like names, name, pronouns. It's pretty simple. Getting pronouns is a big start. 2 steps in one thing.
All right.
Halloween is here in a few days. Speaking of which, if you love being frightened, then you should definitely join the Fright Club.
Greetings, ghouls and ghosts. During this terrible morning, I would like to introduce you to the Fright Club, the most horrifying club at Quince Orchard High School. The Fright Club is led by its fearless leader, Count Howard III, also known as Blackula, and its band of mischievous misfits, the Dark Council. The Fright Club convenes within the walls of room 226 in the languages hallway. In this horrid club, if you choose to come, we shall watch the scariest of
school appropriate
horror movies, read the most unnerving tales, and play the eeriest games ever created. We implore you to make your way to the Fright Club for an excruciating period of suffering and torture for eternity. We implore you to make your way to the Fright Club for a fun and spooky time. Goodbye, friends, and make sure you stop by, or else. The Fright Club opened its doors next Friday in room 226. Be there.
There's good, there's great, and then there's dominance. Dominance is what the Quince Orchard Athletics program has been so far this year. The varsity football team, 7-0. The boys soccer team, 9-2-1. The girls soccer team, 8-2-1. Field hockey, 9-3. And volleyball, 7-3. These teams are all in the fight for a state championship, and as we head into November, the playoff season start.
Thank you for watching this episode of QOTV. Please scan the QR code at the end of the video and fill out the form. Happy Halloween, and we'll see you next time.